Hello and welcome to Mental Barf. So today I wanted to tell a story, but unfortunately today the story is not my own because I don't have very many good stories because I don't have that much life experience, and also I do the same thing every day. So, this is a story told to me by, we'll call him the Maestro, and he told this story during a rehearsal. Because I was at a symphony rehearsal because I play the cello and I do symphony stuff and it's cool. Anyway, so he was playing in this piece called Pictures at an Exhibition, which is a wonderful piece. It's by Modest Mussorgsky, orchestration by Ravel. So the thing about Pictures at an Exhibition is that in the fifth movement, it's called The Ballet of the Unhatched Chicks, which is, yeah, it's as weird as it sounds. Well, the movement is quite nice, but the picture's really odd. So the Maestro was playing in this piece, and I assume he was playing percussion since he saw this all go down. So, you see, the way the orchestra is set up is that there's percussion in the very back, and then there's the winds and brass in front of them, and then there's generally the string section, and the conductor in the front and center. That's generally the setup of a symphony. It varies depending on wherever, but anyway. So they get to the Ballet of the Unhatched Chicks, and there's this huge oboe solo. Now, what you have to understand about oboes is that their reeds are super sensitive. The reed is the thing that makes the noise. So you can imagine how important that is. Like, if you touch the reed, it will break. If you, I don't know, I've heard oboists, like, complaining about, like, tonguing too hard, and the tonguing meaning, like, playing staccato too hard, and it breaks. Or if you, like, mess with the reed in any way, it's ruined, and you have to put in a new reed. Like, I heard stories about oboists who bring in, like, cases of 100 reeds for particularly long concerts. Anyway, so this oboist has this huge solo in the Ballet of the Unhatched Chicks, and so, but halfway through, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna stop talking so quickly because I keep stuttering. So, he's playing the solo beautifully, but then his reed breaks halfway through, and, like, he, like, looks around for a minute, he's like, crap. And then, like, it's the first thing that pops into his head, and that is to do this, and I apologize to all the oboists out there who are going to be very offended. Ha! 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 Yeah, I know that sounded really bad, and I'm sure he did it better than I could, because A, I don't really know the oboe solo, even though I've heard it, like, quite a few times. B, I am really bad at imitating the sound of an oboe. C, I'm really bad at, like, singing like that in general. I mean, I can hear the pitches, but not really hit them. Anyway, so he does this. He sings his part, and, like, the Maestro, he was in the percussion section, I assume, so he saw this all go down, and he's, like, just looking down, and he's like, what the heck are you doing? And he's, like, I can just imagine, like, all the people around him being like, oh, and I can, like, imagine all the violinists being like, okay, there's something wrong, but I can't turn around. I can't acknowledge that there is something wrong. Help! And so, the oboist finishes his solo. And, again, I apologize, that was so bad. And so everybody's like, okay, on to Simon and Samuel Goldenberg and Schmoyle, which is the next movement. I was like, okay, and it just continued. And then later, the Maestro was expecting, like, people to go up to him and be like, do you know what happened? But instead, everybody was just like, great job on the concert. Everything was like absolutely perfect. Like, I mean, that oboist was spot on. It was like, and he was like, oh, okay, yeah. Um, so yeah, that's an interesting story from the classical music world. And if the oboist who did this is watching this, good job for being so quick on the uptake. I'm serious, wow. And I apologize for my imitation of your singing, which was probably like 20 times worse. I mean, your singing was actually probably pretty good, because nobody noticed. But yeah, that's just a random story from the maestro. So, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye!